Hello everyone, how are we? Happy Saturday. Oh, I don't know about where you're living, but it's a bit chilly up here, to be honest. We've had a bit of we had snow, didn't we, on Thursday, and then Friday was a bit cold, and today has not been much better, to be honest. But I've had a very, very wholesome day indeed. A bit of family time, bit of a Christmas catalogue cutting and letters to Santa. So that's been nice. What else have we been doing? Oh yeah, need to do a little apology, by the way. Need to do an apology for last night's stream. Last night, if you weren't in, we spent 3 hours starting our transfer stream, and we nudged on, I think, 4 days, maybe, in 3 hours, which, you know, is pretty decent going, to be honest, when you're on a transfer stream. 4 days in-game we nudged on, and we were having a lovely time, really, really nice time. Everyone's really engaged. And then all of a sudden, my internet decided that they'd had enough. So they just switched off. And unfortunately, I had no way of telling you. So soz about that. If it sort of seemed like I just kind of went, oh, you know what, time for me to leave. It wasn't intentional, and it wasn't. It's not. It's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with you. Please never think it's you. It's more than likely me. So that's where we got to. So fear not, we haven't missed anything. I haven't kept playing without you, because that's not how it works. I'm not one of those streamers who does some bits and bobs behind the scenes and then comes back and everyone's like, oh my god, all of a sudden this is an incredible team. No. Everything is laid bare for you to see and judge. And to be honest, I couldn't really hide it, because it's not great. And then when it turned up, and if it was good, you'd all be going, you've cheated, haven't you, TJ? So let's just keep it all out in the open. We haven't moved on. We've got signings to make. We've got loads of players in on trial. Let's kick back and just have a nice, chilled Saturday transfer stream, because we need to rebuild Darlington. And just remember, by the way, they actually won today. They beat Spennymoor in a massive game. So let's do it, shall we? Let's head on over. Big question straight away from Oxlow. How many days do you think we'll get through tonight? That is a good question, Oxlow. That is a good question. Because I don't really... Thing is, I'm sort of torn with this, right? Because I don't want to stretch it out any longer than I have to. Because I think if we get into a third day of transfer stream, I think people will be there going, come on, TJ, you're taking the mick a little bit here. So let's see. I mean, we're on the 1st of May. Contracts don't even get expired until the 31st of June. So we've got to kind of get a little bit of a move on at some point. DJ didn't see the Darlow game because he's still banned from the place. That is true. That is true. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed within 100 yards of the stadium. So that's why I had to spend time with the family instead. Cedric Main scored with 4 minutes to go. Go on, the main man. Love him. Not sure if he's worth the £600 he wants per week in the game. We'll have to see. We did in fact, this, by the way, this is what we did last night. So for those of you there who can see that, I've popped it up in Discord as well. This, actually, if you haven't seen it, that is what we did last night, right? We went through players. We have redded the ones that we don't want. We've greened the ones that we want to keep. We've yellowed the ones where we think about. We've got a load of signings, trialists in. Let's show you who they are before we make any more decisions, because there are some players that we've looked at and thought, you know what, yeah, maybe it would be interesting to keep you. It depends entirely on money. So, colour codes for those of you who were unfamiliar. Green, we keep you. Absolutely. Yellow, ooh, maybe. We'll see. Red, the door's that way. Some players have already been released. Number one priority on the list. Do you want to take a guess what the number one priority position we are looking at still is? I need to see the chat full of GKs keepers, whatever it is you want to call them. Kit man, that's right. Llama's actually got, he's nailed it. Yeah, Llama. It is the kit man. Is it a keeper with hands? That would be incredible, 33. If we could get that, that would be awesome. Lupkin, you're right. It is a goalkeeper. Definitely a goalkeeper. The man with the gloves, which is Nicholas Anelka. I always associate footballers with gloves. Nicholas Anelka. Do you know what I mean? That's the one I go with. For that time that he wore goalkeeper gloves, I think it was against England, wasn't it? Lanky slackers. Is that what we call goalkeepers right here? Lanky slackers. I should say, by the way, Stian Nor, appreciate the raid. Very, very kind indeed. Hope your stream was good. Luffy, 32 months, my friend. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for the support there. That is excellent. Thoroughly appreciate it. Callum Spear Jason over on YouTube. Callum as well on YouTube. Let me know about the Darlow Spennymoor score, which is great. My mate's a Spennymoor fan, actually, so that's a bit of a... I did that to him a little bit earlier on. Kevin says, evening from a soggy Sussex. Ooh, that sounds a bit like a euphemism, doesn't it? Oh, you've got a right soggy Sussex, you. Zalnesh, wish me luck. Currently pushing Champions League with Swansea. Started as South Shields in 2032. We're in 2026. I'm in 2032. Thank the Saudis for letting me bring it down. No, I can't. I can't thank the Saudis, and you shouldn't either. All of your achievements are null and void, I'm afraid, for taking dirty Saudi money. Goalkeepers are overrated. Just play a positive mentality. Do you know what, Zar? Given the fact of how bad our goalkeepers are, we might just have to do that, to be honest. We might have to do that. So, evening, Chris. Nice to have you in as well. Pleasure to see you, of course. Oxlow, we're going to end up with the 15-year-old Australian in goal. Genuinely, I can see this happening. The season's going to start, and we've got the 15th. We've got the 15-year-old in there. Just like, oh, we didn't buy a goalkeeper. Much love, TJ. Thank you, Callis. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. Get that on a t-shirt, says Pardell played. Yeah, absolutely. Ian, all achievements are now dirty. Yeah, all achievements. As I said, and null and void. Not, you know what I mean? I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I mean, you know, and if I would, if I did make the rules, then yeah, there would be no Saudi money. How much is Brandon Hall wanting? Remember, we're early in the stream. Don't make me tap the sign. Yeah, okay. There will be moments when we'll ask for opinions and questions. Would you have to call your game off if your keeper has GCSEs or he gets grounded? We wouldn't have to call the game off. We'd certainly have to find a backup goalkeeper. There's going to be matches where he's probably not allowed to go that far away either because he's got school the next day. So that could be a thing. And he's on £5 a week, so we might get done for some sort of like child labour laws. But this is Darlington. This is pretty much a lawless territory anyway, so I'm sure we're allowed to do that sort of thing. Is that a nice new watch I've got there? Parnell? No, it's not. It's not. It's my Garmin watch. I am available for anyone. Like, I do like a watch. I do like. So the thing is, right? This is my fitness watch. I used to wear my. Actually, I need a charger. Actually, I used to have a Whoop, which I loved. By the way, that was awesome. The best fitness tracker I've ever had. So good. But the problem is I had it on my wrist, and then I still needed a watch. So I was like, well, I'm going to look like an idiot, aren't I? Having one on my wrist and then one on my... So I had like two things going on. I was like, that's no use. And I don't like the Apple Watch. Not a fan of that. And then the Whoop eventually went, because obviously it was a subscription thing. And because I started running, I just needed to start getting distance gauged. And I was like, well, fine. I'll just get a Garmin. And it's decent. It's pretty good. And I now need to try and get one for Eldest Jameson for his Christmas because he does a lot of running now. And we need to obviously make sure that he's now got something that can track his athleticism. Tim just bought an Apple Watch, hate it. Yeah, like thing is, an Apple Watch for me, like going back into like the CrossFit world and stuff, an Apple Watch is far too expensive. I broke a screen once on a skipping rope. So I was doing double unders and the metal skipping rope that I had just like smashed the screen. I was like, fuck. So that was no good. Plus you got to charge every night as well. Yeah, the Garmin's pretty good. It's normally like about 7 days or whatever. Get the charge out of that. The Whoop was great. That was a week. Because there was no time or anything on it. It was just literally just data collecting, and it was so good. But unfortunately, it gave me a little bit of health anxiety because I kept waking up being like, I'm fucked. And of course I was. I'm a parent of 2 children. I'm 45 years old. My kids are 7 and 6. Of course I'm fucked. I'm not getting enough sleep. Clearly. I spend my evenings chatting with you lovely people, which is brilliant, and I love it. But I'm not going to get 8 hours sleep, am I? I'm not going to go to bed by 10 o'clock if I'm still here by like midnight playing Football Manager, having a great time with you all. So obviously I was going to be under sleep, undertrained, overtrained, generally fat. So yeah, out of shape was a thing. In fact, actually, here's the thing, right? Let's talk about this. This sidetracks have already happened. We're going on a journey, right? Okay. Here's the thing. Am I allowed to talk about this? Am I allowed? I think I am. I'll find out very quickly if I'm not. So I've got right. I need to lose weight, right? I need to get back in shape. Okay. I need to get back in shape. Because quite frankly, I have put on too much weight and I've stopped training properly because of like various things that have happened over the last year. Not really putting myself first as well. I find it difficult to sort of like be selfish in terms of like, as a parent, I don't know if parents in the chat will feel this or not, but I feel guilty for like whenever I try and do stuff for myself. And I know you shouldn't, but I do, right? I feel like if the kids are awake, then they get my time, right? So I don't go to the gym while they're awake. I don't sit on the computer while they're awake. Everything gets done once they're asleep, right? So that's really tricky to do things around that, okay? I've got mates who are just like, no, I do my thing and that's it. And fair play to them. They've got a good balance on it. Like, I haven't really gone back to comedy because I sort of think, well, how do I leave them, like, to go and drive up and down the country and come back? So this is where, so that's me. This is where I am, right? Which of course means therefore I've now neglected myself and looking after myself a wee bit. So 45 years old, I'm starting to think, right, I need to get myself back on it. I did the 10K in October, and that was great. Like, you know, that was about like an hour and 1 for a 10K. Pretty fine. All right with that. I wanted an hour, but you know, we'll get where we are. Eldest Jameson wanted to see me compete in CrossFit. Youngest James wants to see me compete in CrossFit. I don't look a day over 39 if that means anything. Genuinely, Parnell, that is lovely. And I thought I was 40 earlier on today. I took 5 years off myself just due to bad maths. So I'll take that. And that's the thing. I don't feel 45, right? Some days when I try and move, I feel 45, but I don't feel 45. So I started looking at myself thinking, right, I need to get sorted, get back on it, right? And Christmas coming up, there's no better time to lose weight. This is the thing, because everyone puts weight on over Christmas, and I haven't got enough extra weight to gain. So I need to lose it now, right? Get rid of it now so that when I start gorging myself over Christmas and eating a box of mince pies, which, as you know, I will of course do, then I can offset it. Now, Mrs. J, this is the thing I'm not entirely sure if I can talk about, but I think probably all right? Mrs. J has started Bob Marleyan, right? And jabbing, right? She's on the jabs, right? Okay. And therefore, right, I wondered whether or not, because it comes at an expense, obviously, right? Could I do man versus Manjaro? Could I lose the same amount of weight as Mrs. J is doing with the jabs if I just eat better, get back on a barbell, start running, start playing football again, and going, right, I'm going to do this my way? And she's like, just do it, it'll be funny. And I sort of feel as though I've got a mind for content. I have, Chris. I literally, and you'll know this from working with Kev, that if you have any element of neurodiversity, everything is contentable. And therefore, you can't have fun with anything in your life because you think, oh, I'm doing something. I have to record it. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? So whether I document it or not, I don't know. But it's that thing of going, I have to just get on it. I have to get on it. Is this the start of a daily vlog? Well, I mean, it's a way of getting my TikTok channel back, isn't it? I don't know. It's something that I've thought about, and it's like I need to think about it. And she's been on it for 3 weeks now, so she's got a decent head start. So I'm like, right, how can we do that? Can we go back to it? Can we give her a run for her money? TJ44 banned on TikTok. I know. I don't understand how I did it, to be honest. Well, we know how I did it, and I still blame Sai. So 44, 42 now, I have to work out how old I am when people ask me my age. Honestly, my mate once rang his mam when we were out at the pub. He forgot how old he was, and we were about 38 at the time. Anyway, that's the thing I had to get off my head. Hello, ADHD. Brandon Hall, 33-year-old goalkeeper. Currently, oh shit, I'm getting told off. Hang on. I'm going to get told off here. Stream might be over. Whoops. Yeah. Let's just see how much trouble I'm in. Let's have a look at Brandon Hall for a second, just while I contemplate just how much trouble I'm actually in. This bit won't be in the edit for the for the YouTube videos, will it? Oh, TJ, you really know how to ruin everyone's day, your own day, really, don't you? Right, Brandon Hall. When does FM26 get ultrawide support? I've got no idea. What would you like read on your tombstone? I think here lies TJ. It's probably for the best. Let's just put that. Yeah, right. Let's move on quickly. What else can we talk about? Let's talk about Brandon Hall. Is he worth a look at? He's currently on £250 a week at Telford. Plus points, right? He's 33. Okay, so he's experienced. He has handling ability. He has rushing out. He has determination. He is agile. He has jumping reach. He doesn't command his area very well. Okay, but is he better than what we've currently got, which is a 15-year-old Australian goalkeeper called Mark Pillay? I think he is better. Although Pillay has better decision making and better concentration, and commands his area better, and his reflexes are better. So, but I think Brandon needs to come in. Pros, he's not 15. Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Pros can drive himself to training. That's true. Pros is allowed to stay up all night if he wants. Concentration 5. I mean, I've seen Juice with higher levels of concentration than that. And obviously we can't make an offer until his contract expires in a month. But we don't know how much he wants this thing, Loxo, because we're still nearly 2 months away from contract time, because I sat here all night, didn't I? Good juice-based humour there. Thank you, Llama. And genuinely, I appreciated that. And I was like, my brain's going, yeah, TJ, you're going to have to work hard tonight. Because you have started so far down that you are going to have to make this a fucking funny stream. Okay, because otherwise, TJ is getting his stones kicked in. So we quite like the look of Brandon Hall. So Brandon is a maybe, right? Okay. Right, I'm going to write it down here. Brandon Hall, he's currently on 260 quid a week, okay? Right, and he's 33. He's a goalkeeper, okay? We like him, right? Zach Jones, he's 800 quid, and he's at New Zealand. He's New Zealander. So already there's going to be a bit of aggro between him and Pilley, given the fact that they're both, New Zealand and Australia. I think he's going to be too expensive, personally, and I therefore don't think he'll come. He's at Filed, so we maybe keep him off a little bit. There's plenty of time for 9/11 references and Denise-based plot thickening. Don't worry. Oh, I tell you what, I can do it a 9/11 one. That's not a sentence. That's not a sentence. Why does my brain do this? Like, so we've been at our friends today, and all the kids have been around, and they're making paper airplanes, and one of them was just chucking a plane at my head, and the thing is, like, every time it's hitting, I'm just like, TJ, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And I didn't, but I did think it. Oliver Thornley, everybody. Oliver Thornley, currently I know, Tim, I know. Again, stick it on a t-shirt. Oliver Thornley sort of looks fine. 33. I'm on my Sunderland save at the minute. I have a link up with Darlington. Have you checked for that? We've got a commercial link up, I believe. So we are allowed to do a friendly. At the minute, we've got no scouting budget, so we can't check the young players. So when that comes round, we'll have a little look at it. But yeah, at the minute, we haven't been able to have a look. Right, Oliver Thornley looks fine. Looks fine, yeah. He's on 150 quid a week at the minute. He's 27. He's 6'3", and he's a centre back. Okay. James Butler. James Butler's a weird one, isn't he? Because he sort of looks like he's probably okay-ish. He's 26. He's got good jump and reach. He can head. He's determined. He's got good teamwork. He's brave. He's played for Marine, who I think... Did they get relegated? No, they stayed up, didn't they? I think they stayed up. This is a long way around this, isn't it? League stage. They did stay. They did stay up. He looks like a bank robber. He sort of does. He looks a little bit like a bank robber, or someone. He definitely has a Dungeons and Dragons collection. He's into Pokemon TCG, I reckon. This guy. So James Butler's an option as well. I quite like him. He's on 250, so again, he might want a little bit more. He's 26. He's 6'3". He's a centre back. What's the wage demands? We have no idea. We have no idea because we're still got far too long to wait until the things click around. So everyone's contract expires at the end of June. We're at the beginning of May right now. So we'll get to this. Ian to go. Again, just purely for the fact that we called him that. The takeaway cup. He sort of looks all right. but I've got a feeling he's going to be a little bit too expensive for quite a weak joke. Joseph Yarni is not going to come to us. He's at Macclesfield right now. He's on 700 quid a week. I actually think we terminate his trial. If we can even do that anymore. Can we? Oh, there you go. Yeah, terminate trial. Right. He's too expensive. What's the max you're willing to put down on a player? Depends. At the minute, our top player is 500 quid. Now, that was from last season's budget. Bear in mind, we don't know what this season's budgets are yet. So that's a concern as well. We could be working on the scrimp right now, and we could get absolute scrimp players in. The second it pulls around to here's our next budget, we could be given like, an extra $2,000 in wages, and then it's like, all right, now we have to go and buy more players again. So it's a bit of a tricky time, to be honest. This is us getting a bit of an eyeball test as to who's around right now. What sort of money are we going to have to spend to get players in? What can we get for our cash? Yeah. Joe Riley looks fine. But it's 700 quid for a 29-year-old. I mean, that would make him the top earner at the club. And that's 700 quid now. And we don't really need a right back as our main priority. Mason O'Malley, on the other hand, left back. We do need a left back. He's got good corners. He's got good free kicks. He's reasonably quick. He can tackle. He can cross. At this level, he's probably good. He's currently playing at Worksop. So he's very, very fine. He looks interesting. As long as he's a set piece merchant, he gives us an option, right? I don't really know if he's good enough, but he's certainly better than a 37-year-old. So put free kicks. Okay. He looks like a bartender. He does actually, doesn't he? He looks like he works in Tiger. So Nathan Newell looks dreadful, so I'm going to get rid of him, actually. Because he looks like the doorman for the bar that Mason O'Malley works in. Because again, like, he could come in and he could sort of do a job, but I want someone who's a little bit better than someone who can sort of do a job. So I'm probably going to terminate his trial as well. So thanks, Nathan. It's great having you in. Ben Collins. Like, physically and mentally, Ben Collins looks reasonable. But technically, he lacks the technical aspect. So we almost have to need a mixture of him and Mason O'Malley. Right? I mean, he's 6'2", so that's a good thing. You don't need technique at this level. True. Speed could help. Speed could make... He's got good decision making as well, by the way. That's worth looking at. And determination. So he is willing to improve. And he's got good teamwork and good work rate. If we compared him to O'Malley... Oh, you can't do it, can you? Because they're not on the shortlist. We'll do that in a second. Get him on the shortlist. Okay. So, things that Collins is better at. He's fitter. He's got better balance, better decision making, little bit better work rate. Other than that, the technical aspects are all O'Malley. And he can take corners and he can take free kicks. O'Malley's concentration is a bit better. That determination is much different than at 14 and 7. That's huge. And even decision making is much more important. I feel like between them they'd make a good player. Either of them would work as a left back, I think. Either. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Scottish players yet. No, I'm not surprised, George. I mean, we've got plenty of time to bring players in. Josh Carvalho. Now, again, we could bring another Australian in to keep our goalkeeper happy. Yeah. He dreads playing in big matches. I mean, that would be... We don't want that. Look, Josh Carvalho, we know is a pretty big name player, right? Do we sign him based on the fact that he's a big name player with a big reputation? I don't mind him, you know. I think he looks all right. I think there's some bits there that obviously need a lot of work, right? Again, technicals lacking. But versatile, determined, good work rate. Do we have big matches? That's the question, George. What do we define as a big match? And no matter how many years I've played this game, I still don't know what a big match is. I don't think it's actually been defined. Yeah? I don't think it's been defined. So Carvalho's pretty versatile, so I like him. Tom Tonks we quite like because he's got long throws of 19 to 20. I mean, to me, that sounds like 20. He's got a long throw of 20. He doesn't have acceleration. He's determined. He's a leader. He's got teamwork. He's got work rate. He could well replace Hatfield and Platty in midfield. £500. We might see if we can get him a bit cheaper. Oh, we can sign him now. What sort of money's he wanting? A fringe player? He wants a non-contract. Let's see if he just takes £500. No. Right. Okay. Let's hold out on this then. Right. That is a big appearance fee. However, what we might have to do is be smart with it. Okay. Because if we can think, right, okay, he's going to only play, if we only pay him when we play him, then we've just got to remember not to put him on the bench. You know, Dan Ward's £750. We're probably not getting this guy, to be honest. I think he's probably too good. He's at Shields. I do like him though. Luke Duffy seems as though he can play everywhere. But again, £650. So he looks like he can play everywhere, but he doesn't actually look like he can play everywhere. He doesn't have acceleration. His mentals aren't great. He can dribble. His first touch is good, but his crossing's not great for a wide player. His finishing's not great for a forward. So I don't really think we pursue him, to be honest. Anthony Dudley, I don't see anything there with him either, really. Like, he looks distinctly average. Let's terminate his trial. Terminate Duffy's trial, actually. We also don't know what system we're going to play next year because we haven't decided on that because we haven't bought the players yet, obviously. Joe Riley, I think, is too expensive. We agreed that, didn't we? So we can cancel his trial off as well. He's tried playing everywhere to find a position, which I sort of respect, Zeep, but at the same time, just pick a lane, innit? Oliver Cawthorne, I wanted to be good, a Venezuelan centre back. I don't really think he is very good, is he? He's not, is he? Can we arrange friendlies for trials? Possibly. Possibly. I don't think he's good enough. The scouts say that he's good, but technical's like a horse. Yeah, I mean, actually, to be honest, for this level, fine. Tackling, marking, heading, he can do them. It's just nothing jumping out. Jumping reaches 16. Maybe that's the only thing that's jumping out, literally. But is he better than Butler or Thornley? Not really. Zach Jones we probably can't afford, so we'd probably have to terminate him, I'm guessing. Right, let's nudge on. I know you're not a fan of it, but if we nudge on, we might be able to potentially start to look to bring some people in. There we go. Initial budgets. This should give us an idea of what we're looking at. So, initial budgets, not great. We've got £500 left in our wages as it stands. Okay? However, we could take 23 grand out of our transfer budget, put that into wages, and I reckon we could make a serious dent in this league. Because at that point, we're then not scrimping. And does that change some of our thinking? Daniel Summerfield, been following along past week or so, been cool to see, keeping many of my youth players. Yes, we've definitely been keeping youth players. Are you hang on. The wording there of my youth players. Let me check. Let's get into coaching. Daniel Summerfield, head of youth development. You know when you start to pick up on wordings, right? All of a sudden, it starts to make sense. Okay? I said we were getting... Well, we knew we got a lot of the Darlow people coming in. Obviously, we've had Jack Mortimer in the stream. He's been having a great time. Jamie, the head performance analyst, was in the other day. He was basically telling us that they'd played the stream to all of the team, and unfortunately, the goalkeepers saw it. So I'm not really allowed at Darlington because of the things that I said about the goalkeepers. But Daniel, do you know what? I applaud you for finding Jesse Nelson. We have wrapped Jesse Nelson in cotton wool, and then the cotton wool factory ran out because of how big he is. Yeah, I hear he's buzzing. Jack says he's buzzing apparently with how we've been treating him on the stream. But look at him, 6'5". His jumping reach has gone up as well. His jumping reach is now 19. He's got 17 goals in 35 games this season. He's on his way to 1,000 goals easily. He's going to become a Darlington legend. We're going to rename stadiums after him. There'll be parts of the streets will be renamed after him. Yeah. Jesse is incredibly talented, doing brilliant stuff in the first team training. Great ceiling. Oh, 100%. 100%. If he's not at Real Madrid in 5 years' time, something's gone wrong. Obviously, we got Jack Mortimer as well, who we think he's been done a dirty. His free kicks have won. Now, we've watched his TikToks. He scores a lot of free kicks, so we've nicknamed him Roberto Darlos. So he definitely is doing better than what the game has suggested he is. He's already close to the ceiling at 6'5". That is very true, George. Very true and well played. Harry Walker, 6'8". We know all about him. He's definitely part of the ceilings. Acceleration of 5. We might give him a loan, actually, but we need to obviously work on getting him a contract at this moment in time. He's also left-footed, not right-footed. That's wrong. His finishing is probably top 3 in the whole club. Yeah, I mean, look, we need to have a chat with whoever did the scouting on Jack, because they're clearly wrong for a start. But yeah, he's come in, he's scored goals for us. He's been great in the chat, by the way. He's been keeping everyone in good spirits. What has he done? 6 goals in 12 starts. So I think he'll take that. A couple of goals off the bench as well. So he's done pretty well. So we like that. Harry is genuinely 6'7", 6'8". Like, honestly, I think that's too tall, personally. But he's turned up. He's doing a great thing. So what you'll be interested in, Daniel, is you'll be interested in seeing the youth prospects that the game have designed for us, okay? So you've not necessarily had any say in this, but Mark Pillay, an Australian goalkeeper, just a heads up, you get an Australian goalkeeper next year, 15 years old, he's come in, so you've got to look after this guy. Well, you don't, we've taken him off you, put him in the first team now, because of the issue with the other goalkeepers, which we're not going to go back into. So he looks pretty good as a 15-year-old keeper. We have also brought in, where's our other new kids? This guy, Audi Ntambwe. We like him. He's turned up, and he's our star boy, really, right? He's got potential to be definitely a Football League player, and by that we mean Champions League player. 16 years old, pretty handy. So we're looking forward to seeing what he can do. And then we've got Dale Ewan, who again has a bit of talent. 19 for determination, vision, tackling, work rate, free kicks, penalties, finishing, first touch. Like, is he a forward? Is he a midfielder? He's versatile, and we like him again. We like him as well. So he's there. And Jordan Turner we brought up as well. So flair, determination, first touch, fitness, work rate, teamwork. So yeah, we've got players that are pretty decent in the youth setup, and we brought them through. So hopefully we're looking after you lads. Daniel, giving them some game time. Is Dale Ewan a croupier at the Darlow Casino? Deal you in. Nice. I do like that. There's a fair few youth players not in the game, and the under-18s who have stupidly good ceiling, lots of exciting talent coming through. Oh, look at this. We need to get ourselves up. To watch and have a little nosy around and see what's going down, to be honest. So we'll try and organise that. We'll try and organise getting up at some point to watch the games. Awesome result today, by the way, Daniel. Really awesome result. Against, yeah, definitely stay away from the keepers. Yeah, awesome result against a pretty decent Spenny side. So, you know, we're certainly going to be happy with that. Kyle is in. Appreciate the follow, Kyle Ripard. Offering trials to these players your scouting team has found and playing them in friendlies is a good way to rebuild the team. Yes, we're aware of that. We are aware that's exactly how we do things around here. We let the scouts go and do their work. Then they come to us. We then put them in on trial, have a little nosy at them, see what we can do. And then, yeah, we go from there. So it's a 3-stage process. Sounds class. Keep with the good work. I'll follow along in the background. Excellent, Daniel. Love that. He doesn't know this is good work, does he? he's not seen the work. He's just assumed it's good. Everyone, keep quiet. Just tell him it's good. Tell him it's good. How long before the real life download manager shows up? Yeah, maybe. You never know. You never know, do you? This is the joy of Football Manager. No one knows who's going to turn up. Max Sheaf at Gateshead. Very expensive. Very expensive. But good teamwork, good vision. Long shots. Do you reckon he'll come on? He might come on trial as well, you know. Maybe see. See what happens with because obviously we've got to try and replace potentially Hatfield and certainly Platty at this point. Will Van Leer. Now is he? It's got to have an element of Dutchness about him, surely. Will Van Leer. Determined, runs with the ball through centre, shoots from distance. Else you got dives into tackles. Not quite sure I want that, to be honest. Don't know about him. A guy called Steve Watson. Oh, that's former Newcastle, Everton, and Aston Villa defender Steve Watson. Steve Watson, the man who famously did the old somersault throw back in the days. Yeah. That's the one. Right, so out of the players that we've seen then, okay, if we think about moving some money around, let's see what would happen if we move all this, right? So if we adjust the wage budget to nothing, we can go from 7,800 to 8,300. We only really get, what's that? £5,000 extra? But it gives us £1,000 to play with. Is that enough? I mean, what's the chance of us actually paying for a player at this level? It's minimal, isn't it, really? So we're probably better off putting the money into wages. Let's do that. We don't have any scouting budget. That's a concern. Let's nudge on to the next day so we can actually see that come through. So we've got someone like Max Sheaf coming in who might not want to play for us, or Tom Tonks, who's going to want a bit of cash. I suppose first thing is go and find the best goalkeeper we can find, isn't it, really? Yeah. So go and find the best goalkeeper we can. So Brandon Hall, we've obviously got in now. And Paul Cooper, we looked at ages ago. We weren't really that fussed. I mean, it says fringe player. What about the New Zealand lad? What was the New Zealand lad called? Did I make a note of him? I don't think I did I? Or was it filed, I think? There's Zach Jones, that's the one. Let's ask about his availability. He's got doubts. He wants a lot of money. Okay, fair enough. He's not that interested. At least he's honest. I guess Dibble was the other one that we looked at, who also wasn't massively convinced about coming. He's not got an agent to talk to. And then Ruddy was the other one, wasn't it? It was John Ruddy. Jack Ruddy. Good riddance. Zach Jones is not a goalkeeper name anyway. Yeah. Look at Files results, all draws. I would take that. I would absolutely take that. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's have a look at Max Sheaf. Potentially a League 2 standard player, so a Football League standard player. Better, as you can see just behind me here, better than Hatfield, better than Platty, better than McGowan. Probably the best player we could considerably get. Whether or not he would come to us or not, we don't know. Let's see. Doesn't care. He's not interested at all. Great. He's had a look around and he's just went, this is not for me. It's like, thanks, lads. Lovely. Agility aside really looks okay, but Dibble is more meme worthy. Now that's worth considering, isn't it? That is worth considering. It says we've got a 12 grand scouting budget. Did it? Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah. Just scouting budget. Okay. What's the scouting range I've not put? That's what I need to change. There we go. Okay, right. Let's get that scouts. Let's get those scouts on the way out then. Right, go and find us. I can't stress how much of a prick Dibble is. It sounds very much like we're going for Dibble then, doesn't it? Let's see what Brandon Hall's interested in. You know, we don't really know whether he's going to make the move or not. Also, is Cedric Main worth 600 quid? I don't feel like he is. Is James Butler the centre-back we want? He probably is better than Thornley, is he? Sorry, let me go and put him on the shortlist. Dibbler's fine if he plays for you, mind you, against you. You can get better than Main. I think with a bit of money, I would like to think that would be the situation, yeah. Yeah, they're both about the same height. Butler's better, slightly better leadership, slightly more brave, better jumping reach, slightly more fit. There's not much between them, is there, to be honest? They're both fringe players and backup players. Scouts say that Butler might be the better one. What do we think in terms of tactic then? Have we got any idea for that? Like, as to what we want to do? Do we stick with that 3 at the back? Do we try the diamond? See if that becomes our thing? Diamond is cool if we have wingers, maybe not. Yeah, but at the minute we don't have wingers, so that's probably where we're thinking about right now. Right, so he's gone from 250 to 650 quid. That's a big jump in it. He's on 250 quid and he's only played 5 games. It's a big jump, mind. Rochi, welcome in, welcome in. Also, welcome in, Ropper, as well. I saw you earlier as well there. And he wants a loyalty bonus as well. Nevsky, 12 months on the Prime. Thank you, my friend. So it's 650 quid and a £130 appearance fee and an unused sub fee and a clean sheet bonus. I mean, he wants the world. I suppose if he even gets us a couple of extra points, then he's worth the money, isn't he? One size Brandon Hall. Chat really doesn't want to come. That's fine. In relation to Omar Sharif, I don't think so, Jason. In fact, to us, I don't know. I've not looked into his background. Possibly, I've just assumed, and I know we should never really assume, should we? Jack Leckie has turned down another contract at Alfreton. Now, does that make it an interesting possibility? He's not very quick, but he can jump. He's fit. He's determined. He's only 22. Let me find a. There's got to be a really, really. Sorry, I'm aware what I'm about to say. There's got to be a really good goalkeeper down here in the National League North, surely. But there isn't. There doesn't have to be, does there? That's the problem. Like, there doesn't have to be. I mean, quite like the look of that guy. Loans are a possible. I suppose there's the interesting thing with that is that it's going to be end of the season, isn't it? So we're not really sure. Yeah, nothing just yet. Unless we go back into the old transfer room thing. Create a focus. Goalkeepers. Transfer for loan. Yeah. Transfer and loan, actually. And let's add another requirement for defensive midfielder. And then a creative midfielder in midfield. Let's see what they come back with. Adeweni's the guy we bought in it, so let's can we remove that? We can't remove that now, can we? Oh, they will remove requirements. There we go. Right, done. Okay. Cool. I'm sort of a bit with you, Nova. I feel as though it's quite an expensive move to bring in Brandon Hall at 650 quid a week. But recommendation, Reagan Riley. Wanted by Worksop, formerly of Ratcliffe. Get him in. Okay, they're saying he might be good. Where's he come from? Did I look at his career apart from Ratcliffe? Where else has he been? Ratcliffe, Norwich. Okay. Bolton, Norwich, Ratcliffe. Right, okay. 23 years old. Daniel Adshed. Or Adshed. Wanted by Worksop as well. Mentally, he looks all right. I think at this moment in time, it's like literally anyone who's got double digits, we will take a look at. And we'll think, okay, you maybe got something. Boston, Fylde, Cheltenham, Rochdale, Norwich, Gillingham. I mean, he's been all over the... Telstar in Holland. Wow. I had an argument with a Ratcliffe player earlier this season who was chirping our corner taker. Right, we're not paying 10 grand for Lecky when he's out of contract. Who's bidding for Piggott? Teams who can't wait, clearly. Okay, so sorry to everyone, by the way, who's concerned that we are moving forward. I'm aware this we're in uncharted waters at this point. It's getting choppy out here. I am keen to get season 2 started as quick as we possibly can. So Reagan Riley and Adshed have come in on trial. Prefer for the incoming swell. Well, there's going to be lots of players coming in. What happened with the stream yesterday? Internet died at the end, Rochi. I was a bit frustrated with that, to be honest. I was having a lovely time, and then all of a sudden, I was just like, oh, the internet's gone down. So, sorry about that. I had to leave abruptly. I didn't do anything without anyone knowing, so I just saved it, went to bed. The Arsenal appreciate the sub. 26 months on the Prime, my friend. Very, very kind. Mrs. J pulled the plug. Possibly. She didn't. Mrs. J was fast asleep. She had a very, very long day. So, Adshed. Looks like a leading National League player. He's got good balance. He works well with the team. Doesn't like big matches. Has the potential to be a leading player in this league. There's not a lot of physical about him, is there? I don't know. I need to think about him. I think Reagan Riley might be better. He needs someone stronger. This is that's my thinking, George. I think he's a bit lightweight to be in the midfield, because he's either going to have to be the defensive rock or the creative outlet, and I don't see him as either of those things. Because if we're going to play a diamond, right, let's look at this, okay? If we're going to play a diamond, we need to consider the fact that Stanton's probably not going to play, right? So let's remove him from now, okay? Let's take Ewan out as well, okay? Let's look at the fact that what we need is we need someone. In fact, actually, let's see what the side looks like if we like didn't do anything to it. Yeah. Okay, so if we literally had these players right now, okay, so we'd possibly have, say, for example, Hall in goal, yeah, not a rock in the bat, not creative enough. Sounds like Nick Barmby. Pretty much is where we're at. So we'd have one size there. We'd maybe have Riley there. We could put someone like Carvalho there. He's not quite the guy. We'd maybe put Tonks there. I mean, I'd rather have Danny Ward, but I don't think he's going to turn up and come to us. O'Malley at left back. And then Butler to replace Lees, maybe? To partner Adewini. And realistically, I mean, Carvalho is not quite good enough, but I just kind of feel as though I like the idea of him being there. We're still a creative player down. Yeah. And even if we put Adshed there or we put Ward there, Shafe's not going to come. So maybe Tonks, of course, maybe isn't going to be there either. Do you see what I mean? That's what a diamond would look like. Because we haven't got width. What do we think? The more I'm looking at that, the more I'm thinking we need more players than I'd kind of budgeted for. We did say we needed a new midfield, but this is literally an entire new midfield. This is going to be an entire new midfield. Do we start to look at wide players just in case? I don't know. I will allow thoughts at this point, chat. What thoughts do we have with regards to potential formation, maybe? Having a think, what would we consider? What did we like? Even Salty, how are you, pal? One of the thoughts is I think we're going to need a third string. It's possible, isn't it? Oh, he looks good, doesn't he? Kieran Burton. I mean, he says he's a wide player. Oh, they're reluctant to let him go. Let's put him on the shortlist because he's got a contract till next year, so we're probably not gonna be getting him in. Yeah, the third streamer's hit. Yeah, are we promoted yet? God no. Oh, That's well remembered. Well remembered. Well remembered. Salty. Oh, he got a new contract. Damn it. Oh, and they don't want him to come and play with us either. I know. Oh. It sort of slows. It's sort of always next season. There is always next season. Hello, Will Smith from Stoke. Fitness, determination, aggression, passing, vision. You could be interesting. You could be interesting. The Albanian Zidane will grace the streets of Darlow eventually. We hope so. We hope so. Smudger could be the one. Big Willie style. Joe Leashley. 16 for corners. Matty McDonald. He looks a bit... He looks versatile, doesn't he? Potentially. And then that would allow us to maybe consider some width. Are we promoted yet? Asks Azarius. No. Nope. Not yet. And it is for the want of trying. Now, who's going to be leaving Chorley because of the fact that they got relegated? That's the question, isn't it? Any more goalkeepers available that are interested? Jake Oram? Nah. Stephen Drench, 40 years old from Chorley. That's what we need. Get him in. Any strikers? Dean Adekoya. Left-sided. Liam McLeish from Queen's Park. Now the question was, have we got any Scottish players in? We haven't yet, but Liam McLeish can play everywhere. Get Patrick Bamford in. That's exactly it, Salty. But Liam McLeish can play striker all the way down to DM, apparently. Composure of 15, finishing of 12, balance, pace, positioning. Cole Hall, Bermudan striker. Will Russ. Ben Tomlinson. LC Malteberg. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Gary McDonough. Oh, look at that. Look at that heading. Look at that jumping reach. That feels like a target forward who's about to become a defensive midfielder. Whether he likes it or not. Alan George, Tom Carr. 5'3", Tom Carr, wide midfielder. I mean, you're at Chorley, so you've been relegated. And we've still got Jesse Nelson. We've still got Jesse Nelson. Don't worry about it. He's going nowhere. You know what I mean? There's no way he's leaving. To be honest, what we're still trying to do is find someone who's going to play left back. Lewis Lacey? Ben Collins, Liam Brockbank. Lewis Lacey looks very versatile as well, doesn't he? He's been at Macclesfield. I don't know what that means. He's versatile enough. We'll see. Regan Hutchinson. I don't know why, but I feel like I've signed a player called Regan Hutchinson before, or like just that feels like somebody you would sign on Football Manager. Have you signed Regan Hutchinson? Yeah. I had him before, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Shane McLaughlin popped and recommended, didn't go for him. He literally can play every except goal. Is that the guy who's at York? Because, yeah, he literally, like, positions, yes. Lewis Lacey, they're not interested in letting him come on trial. Right, well, you're on the shortlist, so I think we'll have to have a little look at you anyway. Adam George is awful. Look at Big Willie style. Oh, he's already got attributes we think we're going to like. That determination is already making me think, along with vision and passing. He could be. I mean, 3-star they're reckoning. Now, is this because 3-star because we've got other players in that position? Maybe. Okay, Brandon Hall's coming in. We have a goalkeeper, finally. Finally, we have a goalkeeper. It's taken an entire year to get a goalkeeper. I think we're overpaying, personally. But look, it's a lot of money for a 33-year-old goalkeeper who didn't play a lot of football last season, but we need a goalkeeper desperately. Okay? And he's much better than putting a 15-year-old in nets. So he should theoretically also help bring the 15-year-old along and get better. So big Brandon goes in goal. Okay? Now let's pop our... Actually, in possession, yeah, we would be forward, wouldn't we? Yeah. Out of possession, we'd probably be sat back a bit. He has low eccentricity, which is good. Yeah, I don't like my eccentric goalkeepers that much. What I mean for that is going, I really do. Okay, so goalkeeper's in. Yeah, that was our main priority, was goalkeeper. Okay, 15-year-old can concentrate on his homework. Exactly, he's got double maths. Doesn't need to be worrying about whether or not we're playing workshop. In fact, workshop we've gone in for Big Willie style. We're going in for him now as well. We all pretend we don't like eccentric goalkeepers, but I do enjoy seeing them do mad shit. especially when they pull it off. When it works, Salty, yes. Like with everything, when it works, that's absolutely fine. When it doesn't, that's when we get upset about it. He expects to be considered a breakthrough prospect. Mate, you're going to be a squad player. Like, £400 a week. I mean, he's currently on 450. So, and a £200 appearance fee and an unused sub fee. Can we afford to take him up to £650 at some point? Do we throw money at the problem here? $103 people in for an admin stream. Yeah. Oh, and the rest. We've got plenty here. And we've got YouTube on as well. There's a lot of us. Yeah. We're all sitting down watching us with the notepads, with the pens, with the paper. You know what? I'm gonna go with it, right? Wear a work sock. How much of a draw is Worksop compared to Darlington? That's the question, isn't it? Squad have now gone on a break. Where are Worksop? Enterprise North. They finished 15th, so theoretically, we should be far more appealing. But that's only theory, isn't it? That's only theoretical. Joey Dawson's fairly determination. Fenton John. Hello, Fenton John. Fenton John from Gateshead. Let's see what you're up to, shall we? Bit of determination, bit of work rate, bit of balance. We've had a couple of tunes on tonight, haven't we? There's definitely a bit of a vibe tonight. Got a bit of Saturday night bounce. Benny's in. Put your feet up, Benny. You've earned it. Sauron's left eyebrow. I'm here as I click through a 3-month mid-season break. Pull up a chair. Yeah. We're clicking as well. We've got coloured pens out for the players we like, we don't like. Players that we're not too sure of get a yellow. Who needs the clubs? Well, we in the club right now. Benton. Works hard for the team, fairly sporting, committed player who gives it all. Could be retrained as a DM. We like the sound of that. Can't criticise any of the music we've had since Wednesday, in all fairness. All credit to Mrs. J. Oh, she knows how to curate a playlist. His jumping reach isn't great, so I maybe wouldn't play him as the DM straight away. But if we're going to have a diamond on the go, he can certainly sit in that middle of the park. Now, we're still waiting to nudge through to see who we can still attempt to sign, because there's players we haven't been able to talk to yet. Some players don't want to talk to us anymore. Right. What do we think about Reagan Riley? Do we like him? For me, it's another body in midfield, isn't it? Physically, he's fine. Mentally, he's okay. Technically, he's all right. I don't mind him. I don't mind him. He played at Radcliffe last year. He's 23. He can play in a couple of positions. I think Adshed lacks the physicality and doesn't quite have the creativity. But there's leading national player. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for Daniel. You know what? Like maybe he is going to be good. Maybe he is going to be good, and we've just, we're just taking it all on face value. And I need to look at it a bit better. But I'm already seeing more in Fenton than I like. Where's McLeish? Did McLeish not come in on trial? He didn't come in on trial at all. But you know what? I might just chance my arm. Star player. How much? Yeah. How much do we think? 900 quid. Yikes. Liam, that's too much, mate. We can't do that. We can't do that. Max Schaefer is still unsure, isn't he? He doesn't fancy any of it, does he? No. Right, let's get rid of Max Schaefer then if he's not fussed. Okay. Big Willie we've offered a contract to. Do we go back in for Tonks? £400 appearance. There is an option there for Tonks. Okay. Have we released? We're gonna release Platty, aren't we? Because he wanted more money. He wanted. How much did he want? Did Platty want something daft? $400. Yeah, he wanted more money, so no. Right, we think Platty's going. Yeah. Adekoya. He's got a bit of something. Is he a cheaper version of Cedric Main? He's sort of Cedric Main, isn't he? But he's not got the physicality of Cedric Main. That strength's not there, that fitness isn't there, that teamwork's not there, that work rate's not there. But he also doesn't want £600 a week. But I also don't want to just suddenly cut everybody out. In fact, where was our hierarchies? Let's go back to the hierarchies. Because we've got 2 leaders in Hatfield, Lees. Oh, he wanted another contract, didn't he? Uni is pre-drinks at uni. Oh, yeah, 100%, 100%. $490, let's see. $450 for Lees. That seems reasonable, I think. Headley's got a contract, that's fine. Platty we're going to get rid of. We're releasing Rutledge. Okay. And we're releasing Platty. I'm going to go with it. Okay. Platty's on his way out. He's not worth the money that he says he wants. Okay. I'm sure sure Jamie will be happy with that. And Hatfield's a question mark. Whether he goes, Platty's gone. He wants too much money. He wants too much money, and I don't think he's good enough. And especially when we're going to replace him with Big Willie style. Okay. I think Will Smith's going to come in and he's going to replace Tom Platt. Okay. Granted, they're not like-for-like replacements, okay? Okay. But he's better at passing, okay? He's got better vision. He's got better first touch. He can take a corner. He can take a free kick. He's got better balance. He's more determined. Yes, he's not going to get himself stuck in defensively, but we did say we lacked a creative spark in midfield. And I think that possibly Will Smith is the one. Look at Ricardo Reese. I think so many people have suggested this guy. And I think I've ignored pretty much everyone who's suggested him. Ricardo Reese at Merthyr. Right. What about him? Yeah. Okay. Another striker. We've already got him in the shortlist. We've got him in the shortlist already. Yeah, we've already got him on the shortlist. He's top scorer in real life. Josh Carvalho. Do you know what? I like Josh Carvalho. Let's wait until his contract's up. Dan Ward. He probably won't come to us, but we'll keep him on the shortlist for now. Butler we definitely want. O'Malley, the series should go for as well. Cool, we can go for O'Malley. Tonks, they say they don't think. They do like Thornley. Okay. An extra bit of pace in defence would help. I'm not buying Oliver Cawthorne either. I want the guy to be good, but I just think there's a lot that's lacking for him. Right. Ian to go. I mean, Ian to go might be decent. Yeah. Oliver from Venezuela. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's such a Venezuelan name, isn't it, Oliver? Tonks is a possibility. Okay. Will Smith's in. Okay. So, right, Will's going to drop in there and he's going to be in that creative role in the midfield. Okay. So, what, put him as like a playmaker style, possibly? I think. He fits in there. He can't be getting jiggy with it at 4 of agility. I mean, he can get jiggy with it, but he will be out for a few weeks after it. You heard things about that called Benjani? I've heard about this Ronaldo Narzinho. Ian to go to come. Possibly. Right, get Reagan Riley in. Matty McDonald's versatile, isn't it? The Fresh Prince of Darlow. You know what would be even better is if he was French and he'd be the French Prince of Darlow. Or the French press. I think we've got some options for wide players as well here. What about Fenton John? So Fenton's sort of comparing him to Will. Slightly better anticipation, slightly more brave, slightly better balance. Positioning's a bit better, work rate's a bit better. Tackling, penalty taking. Where's he been? Gateshead, Stockton, Morpeth, Middlesbrough. Determination 14. Again, that might help. Elton John and Will Smith, the collab we didn't know we needed, but we're getting. No one needs to know what they get. They just end up stuff, don't they? We get what we deserve around here. Reminds me of Ducks Reed new gen I had called Axel Roosh. Are we giving Tonks the thumbs up? I suppose we do, don't we? I've got his name around this, Fenton John. Look, I mean, to be honest, it still works. Still works, Matt. Tonks comes in. Experience, that's it, Ian, isn't it? Experience, and also 20 for long throws. Where's Avika Strock from, by the way? Worth scouting the whole country. Oh, yeah. Let's get everyone off to Croatia. Tom Tonks. $20 for long throws. Marina made a bid for Reagan Riley. We're gonna have to nudge that contract up a smidge. Just throwing money around left, right, and centre, aren't we? You know? Right, Lee's has signed a new contract. That's cool, right? So Tom Tonks is in. Lee's has signed a new deal. That's good. Okay. Tonks could end up being a new staff member. He could. Him. So Tonks and Leroy Lita. Yeah. Anyone had Rodrigo or Alvaro? This is the problem I've got. Which one to go for? You know what? At Darlington, I don't have that problem. I must admit, I've not got that problem. It sounds like a problem. Like, it sounds like a big problem. But at this exact moment in time, for me personally, it's not a huge one. Who was that left back we looked at? O'Malley, wasn't it? Mason O'Malley, still not there just yet. Okay, let's keep nudging on. Okay. I spy with my little eye something beginning with possible takeover. Ooh. That could maybe change things up a little bit. I mean, it won't, let's be honest. There's no chance we're going to get a takeover. And if we do, there's no chance we're going to get a takeover that is going to help us, surely. They're wanting the fans to take over. I like this. A message to the new board: sack the manager. The transfer embargo will be a pain. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a possibility. In fact, actually, here you go. This is going to happen. So it's going to happen because the chairman is going to step down. So it is going to happen. We need to get a lot of players in quick. I hope it's not a shake. The only shake I hope is if it's the shake and vac lady from the 80s when she did the hoovering. Yeah. Or salt and shake crisps. Tunes are going, aren't they, Rochi? Let's see what Fenton wants, shall we? How much do you want, Fenton? 750 quid. Oh, like we got close. We got close. They'd be looking for nice, crisp football. That's what it is, isn't it? Get it in the mixer when you mix it with the salt. I don't know. Darlington attracting interest. Okay. The rumours are circulating. There is smoke and there is fire. Okay. Smoke and fire is happening. Leroy Lee has set his date for retirement. He came, he saw, he did not conquer. I've just seen there's a transfer embargo. Oh. We haven't got all the players in. We haven't got enough. Oh no. There is a potential. Let's have a look at this. Right, who's this? Who's this guy? Maidstone-based consortium led by business tycoon John Herbert is reported to have stated that he intends to invest upwards of £180,000 into the club. Right, okay. Google him. Good point, Google him. If he's real, let's have a look. Okay, who is John Herbert? Maidstone. Do you know what? It could be this guy. It could be. There is a Terence John Herbert. Oh no, that's his name is Maidstone. There's a couple of people who are called John Herbert on the internet. I don't think any of them are them. Right, Johnny Herbert is an ex-Formula One race driver and pundit. It's maybe him. He's gone undercover. Does Leroy Lito want a coaching contract? Is the question I was going to ask. Interaction. Yeah, he's not going to... Oh, there. Oh, he does have a staff thing. What's he suited for? Very little. A scout, maybe? A coach. Right. Do we want Leroy Lito as a coach? The answer's probably yes, clearly. How much space have we got in the coaching team? We've got... I like this. We've got 6 coaches. We're allowed 2. So possibly we get in quickly before anybody works out what's going on. Chunky Funkster, welcome in. John Walters, is that? That's not. Sure, that's not former. Who did he play for? Stoke, possibly? 58, probably not. Everyone's on a month-to-month contract. Ben Holden. He stays. Oh. Do you know what? There's a chance it's a bug, so let's just get him in. Right. Work within the wage budget. We're struggling to work within the wage budget at the minute. John Walters was Irish, that's right. Several clubs have made a bid for John Power. Okay, I mean, not a lot we can do at this moment in time. I also think as well, we're going to be stuck, aren't we? We can't even put bids in for these players who are out of contract now, can we? Are we overstaffed? Savings to be made. Oh yeah. I mean, look, there's loads of ways that we can reduce our overheads. Okay, we might have to move. Well, we might have to move some players out, possibly. Matty Cornish, we said we were going to let go as well, didn't we? So he can go. Because he was good for nothing, really. Forbes and Main are still at the club. They might have to stay for now. Here we go. Some staff. Can we give them new contracts? Reese Nash, apparently not. Working with youngsters, good. Look, I mean, hey, he's done good enough for me. Everyone deserves one more year, right? Then we start to change it up. Okay, that's how it works. Terry Mitchell, you get another contract. We'll stick Leroy Lita in somewhere in the coach and staff. No one will really notice. I've got a feeling that Leroy Lita is going to want a lot of money for possibly not quite the ability that he has. Ethan McLaughlin, I still don't think he's good enough, really, to be honest. Right, you can be released as well. Sorry, Ethan, you're going to have to go. Ruben Scotter, you can go as well. You get another contract. You get another contract. You get another contract. Yeah, absolutely. Who's going to try and sign Ian to go? Omaha and Richmond. I mean, he's got two great choices there. Tonks is in. Hereford are going to take McLeish. We've got a new kit sponsor. That's good. So that adds more money into the coffers. At this moment in time, I don't know what we do. Have we got a full? We haven't really got a full squad that I'm happy with at this moment in time. Like, yeah, what was his coaching? Under 18s coach, maybe? Dare I say, it doesn't look like Leroy Lita is actually good enough for a coaching role. Hang on. We've had a takeover. 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 We've had a takeover It's happened. John Herbert, praise be. We are rich. £180,000 has been pumped into the I was going to say, no, that's not pumped into the transfer budget. That's been pumped into the club. There is a new transfer budget. How much is it? So we've got some new directors, finances, transfer budget 56 grand. So that goes back into the wages, doesn't it? So let's put some of that back into that's pretty decent, isn't it? They want us to avoid relegation. Oh, okay. This is they've obviously seen me before, haven't they? They know what I'm all about. TJ, just avoid relegation if you can do. Let's accept that. That's absolutely fine. They've cut the link with Sunderland, probably for the best. Extra transfer funds. Let's move that down. We don't need all that money. We don't need all that money. I've obviously got to click through the next day. Regan Riley's gone to Marine. I mean, what? You could have been on board this massive financial windfall that is Darlington. Oh. I'm still confused. What's the difference between avoid relegation and avoid a relegation battle? Isn't that the same thing? No. Avoiding relegation is not being dragged into a relegation battle. This is an exciting time. I'm very excited. That's all I have to say. I'm very excited by that. So, Regan Riley's gone, sadly. And that is a shame. So that's a bit of a shame. Adshed's gone to Slough. He's gonna end up becoming brilliant, isn't he? I could just tell. John Power's gone to Hebben. Leroy Leiter's retired. Okay, let's go into the recruitment tab then. Who can we bring in? Lewis Lacey. Let's see if we can get him. Non-contract. By Granit Xhaka. That's exactly what we're going to do now. Get Granit Xhaka in. I need to go straight to the source. Where's O'Malley? Oh, Mason O'Malley signed a new contract. So we're going to miss out on him. Right. That's a shame. So O'Malley's gone. Can't get him in. Right. Okay. James Butler. Oh, please don't say he signed a new contract as well. Oh, he hasn't. He's still available. £400 to get him in. Who else did we like? We've approached for Lewis Lacey. Carvalho would be practical. Alfie Bendel. Okay, come and do a trial, Alfie. And I think what's worth now is possibly looking at players who are available for loan. Because what we've probably done is gone straight for too many players who are players to buy, rather than going, we could have loaned some players in, couldn't we? That might have worked. Instead, Harry Dakin. He looks all right. Tackling, work rate, determination. Do you want to come and have a chat, Harry? Regan Riley, obviously, we sort of hoped would have been the guy. And Paul Dawson. Bravery, aggression, work rate. Oh, hello, Paul. Again, I like the look of you as well. Right, 15 players as centre midfielders who might be decent. Adam Porter. Callum Rowe. Determined. Pacey. Let's have a chat, Callum. What are you saying? Will, we've got Harrison Hopper, George Brierley. Again, maybe there's a possible there. George Horbury. Some determination there from George Horbury, isn't there? Chorley got relegated as well, so that's also going to play into our hands. Jordan Hickey. Jordan Hickey doesn't look too bad either. Just by a couple of little sort of like spots on the for a quick look at his attributes. Willem Tomlinson. Bravery. AJ Greaves. Determination, fitness, aggression. Let's see what AJ is saying. Let's have a look at Willem as well, actually. Trial him in as well. And these guys were expecting to make a step up from the lower leagues. Vaughan Redford. Vaughan Redford, what a name. Jack Baxter from Bamber Bridge. Youth player from Newcastle. Troy Savage from Burnley. I mean, look, can we do what? Can we maybe see about getting your lad in now that now we've got a takeover in, right? We're a bit more appealing, surely. Loan offers can't be made at this time. Darlington can't loan Nareki as doing so will break one or more of the loan rules. What loan rules? What loan rules are we breaking? Jordan Hickey, I'm pretty sure, used to play for Blythe Spartans, didn't he? Paul Dawson. Johnny Herbs is going to bankroll the deals for Xhaka. The problem is, though, is that now we've cut the ties with Sunderland. I think that deal's going to be harder to get over the line. So Jordan Hickey, I'm pretty sure he's former Blythe. He is. Former Sunderland, former Hull. Aggressive, brave, fit, good work rate. So he looks the part. Willem. I like the bravery. I like the fact he's willing to throw himself in, but not much else jumping out at me. AJ Greaves. That determination could be good. If that's anything north of 12. And then potential teamwork, potential work rate. We've maybe got a grafter. Alfie Bendel as well. Someone we don't really know too much about. Spalding, Colchester. Harry Dakin tackling. 5'7" tackles. That's what we like. Right, let's see what these players are looking at then, shall we? James Butler's in. I'm now willing to finally find an agreement over Liam McLeish. Oh, how interesting. Now we've had a takeover that that all of a sudden we can now have a conversation. Can we? Oh, and he signed a new contract. Right. Actually, he signed for Hereford, so great. Jerry McDonough. Big battering ram of a striker. We quite like. Let's remember that I can't just keep buying loads of players. That's the problem. As much as I'd like to, I'd probably have to double check that enough players are leaving in order for that to happen. I'm just popping some players on the shortlist just in case, because then we can sort of get some players to sort of like fill in the blanks. In terms of contract expiring, we've still got players on non-contract, so Montero's meant to be in the under 18, so he shouldn't be showing up really. Adeweni's still not got a contract. Neither's Stanton, Kiro, Tonks, Jack Mortimer. Jack Moore, we're not going to try and sign. Platty's leaving, Tom Allen's leaving, Rutledge is leaving, Cornish. Has Will Hatfield signed another deal, another year? He signed on for another year. When did that happen? Did we sign that? I don't think we did we? Lewis Lacey's in. So we actually have a fullback now. Okay, we have a left back coming in. Marine want Alfie Bendel. What do we think, chat? Marine have already snatched one player off us. Needs to do a better job when it comes to marking. He's committed, who gives his all. So I like that. Is it enough, though? That work rate, that teamwork is very, very good. There's not a lot of leadership. Determination's probably good enough. What do we think he is? Is he a tackler? Jumping reach isn't great. How much is he wanting? 450 is quite a lot, though. They did, Tristan. They did. We've just had the head of youth development in the stream tonight as well. So word's getting round. And we had a takeover. So lots is happening. Lots is happening. Tycoon, you better believe it. You better believe it. A businessman from Maidstone near Kent. Oh, put £180,000 in. You know what I mean? We are rolling in money. Unfortunately, Leroy Lee is retired. That's the Lord give with one hand, the Lord taketh with the other. That's the problem. Yeah. In Herbert we trust. Big Herb. So, yeah, here's our new... how do you find our full structure? Yeah, here's our directors. Tyler Shipman, Hubert Pierre-Louis, Max Kelly, and then John Herbert, the chairman. Can't even look at him. It looks like he's got a mohawk underneath there. With how Darlow invested in the save. I think a lot of it is because I'm saying things that are quite disparaging. they're trying to sort of go, why is he saying this? But it is cool. It is cool. Yeah, I spotted that it was a shipment as well, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep moving. Yeah. So, but we've brought players in. We have players. Motivated their players to keep a clean sheet today. Very good point. Very good point. If anything, this is motivating the goalkeepers to prove that they're not as rubbish as I say they are. Bendel's gone to Tunbridge, so we haven't managed to sign him. That's fine. Don't worry. So we've still got one or two players we need to bring in. And it might end up being loans, possibly. Maybe they're trying to prove to SI that their attributes should be better. It's possible, isn't it? Bendel's gone to Tunbridge. Enterprise South. I mean, look, fine. You stay south. It's obviously a big deal to move up north. That's fine. Even inspired me to do this kind of save. I'm starting with AFC, Rushden and Diamonds. It's good though. That's a good one. I like that. Did we put in for Fenton or not? We're doing 4-4-2. Oh, Fenton wanted daft money, didn't he? Is that right? Maybe not, actually. It's unreal how much some players want at this level. Oh, honestly, I think there's still the bug, isn't there, in the game with the players' wages. So it's always up and down, always up and down. Where's the players I've got short lists? What's the only players that are scouted? No. Persuadable? Ah, that's what. Yeah, persuadable. That's a lot of money. Right. We're not going to get Josh Carvalho when he wants too much money at this level. I said the players. Sorry, what's that? No, TJ. They said the players' wage, didn't they? What do you mean, Rochi? All right, Fenton's in. Let's see if we can move any of that wage budget around. There we go. We don't need transfer budget. Just give us it for wages. Yeah. Oh, did they fix it in the patch? Yes. Yeah. Apparently so. Yeah. Apparently so. AJ looks fine. Harry Dakin looks fine. Willem. Gets in the opposition area, shoots from distance, tries long-range free kicks, dives into tackles. There's no point trying free kicks when you've got 8 for free kick taken. But don't get me wrong. Have we got Scooter on the go now, have we? Yeah, we have. Now we're talking. Happy Saturday, everyone. Coming up, Darl. Get it up, yeah. All these midfielders you're signing, you'll have to play a 1-8-1. The thing is, though, we've not even got them signed, Kevin. That's the problem. Everyone we've gone in for, we've been gazumped for. So there's players that we like, but they're not really they're not keen to come. £1,000 is too much. We haven't got that money. Let's put a big cross through that. Dan Ward's a no. Aaron Atkinson from Barnsley. Don't think that's him either. Don't think he's good enough either. Adam Lund. Oh, that might be more of us, isn't it? Jumping reach, heading, determination, work rate. That's more what we want for a defensive midfielder. Yeah, someone who's there. Any decent central midfielders around? Lee Whelan, determination, teamwork, aggression. It's another good tune as well. Carl Darlow's Merry Men. George Cantrell. Teamwork, work rate, determination, stamina, tackling. This guy can do it all. Alfredson again as well. Even Croaky, nice to see you, pal. Hope you're good. Adam Lund's coming trial as well. I want to fight. I'm in Redcar right now. Yeah, go for it. I mean, if you're in Redcar, there's a chance you can get a fight anyway. Just like turn around a corner or something. Cantrell looks pretty good, and I like his long wavy hair as well. Yeah. Let's not promote violence. That's true. That's true. Let's not promote it. However, it has its place sometimes. I mean, do we maybe take both of Alfredton's midfielders? That would be a power play, wouldn't it? Because I like have it as a boxing match, so it's a sport. Boxing's not a sport, Croaky. It's a betting scam. Do it as mixed martial arts, then we'll see what's a real sport. Yeah. Every single boxer would die trying to get into the ring with anybody who's got any element of martial arts knowledge. Whereas any martial artist can get in a boxing ring. You know. Adam wants 600 quid. I'm willing to go to 5. Sign Lundy. Get him in. And I reckon Cantrell as well. What about wrestlers and MMA? That always goes well. Ask Punk. Oh, yeah, like WWE wrestlers, like some professional wrestlers. Yeah, absolutely. That was never going to happen. That was just like, you are good. Like, he tapped out to a white belt. Like, oh, no, I think, was it brown belt, I think? But, you know, Punk was a white belt. It was just, this is the thing, like, anybody who thinks they can get away with it and do it forgets the fact that they're a white belt. Like, do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm massive itchy eye now. No, it's like the quote about you don't realize how good you have to be to suck at the CrossFit Games. It's that sort of thing as well. Like, can't call Jake and Logan Paul boxers. No, you can't. I mean, well, but the thing is, you also can, because boxing's such a. Some people get angry now. Boxing's not a real sport, is it? Let's be honest. Like, it's all rigged. Like, do you know what I mean? It's the whole thing with boxing is like everybody is like designed to go as unbeaten for as long as possible. So they all have to like sort of fight people who they're clearly going to beat. It's just like the whole thing with MMA is you're meant to lose. Like, if you're unbeaten in MMA, you clearly haven't fought anyone properly. Like, you've played it too safe. You're meant to lose. You're not meant to be undefeated. And then you look at the sums of money that, Jake Paul's putting up for boxing. It's no wonder he's like, Mike Tyson's rolling out, going like, "Oh, I'll take a dive for like $100 million. Of course I will." But then of course he walks around going, "I've just beaten Mike Tyson." And you're like, yeah, but have you? Really? You haven't really, have you? Cantrell's in as well. So Cantrell, Lund, central midfield is starting to stack up now. Okay? Let's nudge to the end of June. See where we're at now. You say that the Premier League will be riddled. The Premier League will be riddled with what? Sorry, Aussie. Bribery. Is it bribery you mean? Because yeah, I also agree. I'm old enough to remember when it was frowned upon to beat up old people. Yeah. All of it. Yeah, no, agree, Aussie. I absolutely agree with you. Of course, there's corruption all over the place. Look at who owns Newcastle. Yeah. Look at who owns Chelsea. Look at who previously owned Chelsea. Look at who owns Man City. Look who Liverpool's owners have been dealing with previously. Board are ready to discuss season expectations, being an opportunity to negotiate our preferences. The decisions will affect the transfer and wage budgets. They expect us to attempt to avoid relegation. Get in. That's what I want. I want nothing more than attempt to avoid relegation. Not even avoid relegation, just attempt to avoid relegation. Exactly, Matty. Exactly. Everyone who's got money is corrupt, because there's no ethical billionaire, is there? There's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. You've had to stomp on somebody to get where you are. As much as we'd all like to say that there is people who, of course, have made their millions, but yeah. News owners have big ambitions. They absolutely are. I think, like I say, I think they've sat in the stream with the Darlow people as well, and just went, "Hey, you know what? We we can't give him too much leeway here." Bank of Dave fella seems a good guy. It's quite a joke. The sport is allowing people like Jake Paul to come in and fight AJ and potentially have lasting damage just for money. Well, I mean, Thing is, though, and here's my thoughts. He's put a lot of eyes on boxing. As much as we don't like it, he's basically revived a dead sport. You know, that's the problem. No one else was selling tickets to that level. On a lighter note, am I enjoying the game? Not played it yet, waiting for it to settle. I'm enjoying my save. That's my answer now when everyone, with regards to questions about the game. I'm enjoying my save. I've found a way to play it that works for me. Not everyone's going to agree, obviously. Fucking hell, if you will look at YouTube comments, God's sake. It'll die down eventually, we think. We hope. No idea when. At some point, it must die down, surely. But, honestly, it's not showing any signs of slowing it down. Rochi, it's getting better slowly, but there's still loads missing with FM24. I'd like back in. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't think there is much from FM24 that needs to come back in. I just think some of the stuff just needs to work better. And ultimately, just shouting about like what do people want now? Like, it's just the game's the game now, and it'll get better as and when. I'm sorry it wasn't ready from the start. It's not my fault, by the way. I have no say on that. So soz. And then from there, I guess we just sort of wait and see what happens, really. Match engine's good. The match engine is good. It's very good. Let's get Ryan Whitley on trial. Former York Scarborough goalkeeper. Look at that. That's perfect. George, I forgive you. Roshi, I blame you. Yeah, that right there, that's the internet with this game. Because if you say you like it, or you say, well, you don't even have to say you like it. If you don't say you hate it, everyone who hates it goes, you're a bloody SI shill. And then if you sort of go, do you know what? It's not finished, but I've found a way to play it. They go, you would say that, wouldn't you? And then they ignore the fact that you've actually said that it's not finished and it's not perfect. They go, yeah, but you're the sort of person that loves it, aren't you? And you're like, just think we have just said this. And I don't think the reaction is getting better week by week. I think the game is getting better week by week, but God, the reaction is still all over the place. But Llama's there, hitting it on the head there, TJ. I'm enjoying my save. The game is different. There's a different matter. That's it, innit? Right, Ryan Whitley. Shall we try and sign 2 goalkeepers this window? Oh, he wants lots of money. Maybe we won't. I mean, Ryan, you've not got a club, mate. Like, you might have to really rethink that. Asking for a friend, but what is a shill? All right, so a shill, Kevin, and this is a term I learned having become a content creator now. A shill is someone who apparently has been paid off by Sports Interactive to only provide positive comments, and basically you just ignore everything that's in front of you and you don't have an opinion of your own because you make such a lot of money from Sports Interactive. You're basically their mouthpiece. Now the issue with being a shill, of course, is that it's not real, because none of us get paid for Sports Interactive. But I mean, come on, why would facts get in the way of this? Yeah, apart from, of course, the big pile of cash I'm sat on, obviously. Yeah, so that's the term. That's what they call us. The haters call us that. Which I only learned it recently as well. And I was like, interesting. Is that what I am now? Okay, cool. If this build was a beat, I think people would have been okay with it. Yeah, well, no. I think people would still be angry with it. But they would certainly might have been better than the original reaction, but who knows? Who knows, Croaky? You don't strike me as being a bit BBC. What do you mean, BBC? Aussie? Are you trying to suggest that Aussie? That oh no, I'm not gonna. Are you suggesting that the BBC is is biased in its output? Because what I will say is, I think I actually do what the BBC does quite well, and I think that it manages to annoy the left and annoy the right, which therefore means it is working down the middle, which is exactly what it should be doing. That's how you know you're doing. That's how you know you're doing a good job. If you're pissing off both sides, yeah. If you're annoying both sides, you're doing it perfectly well. That is the middle ground, and that's what it should be. It is doing no favours at the minute, honestly. Don't worry, Robert. Their non-league football coverage is okay. Okay, there we go. But I presume that you were talking more about their news coverage than their non-league football. I presume. I don't know. Do we get into the discussion about the BBC and how it's publicly funded at this point and not funded by the government? I don't know. News coverage, yes. I mean, did you watch any of the news coverage when the Tories were in charge? They did not say a word about them. And I'm not a Keir Starmer fan at all. I think Keir Starmer's an absolute idiot. But, I mean, if they're not giving Nigel Farage a mouthpiece, fine, that's probably a good thing. But they certainly didn't stomp on Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak enough. In fact, they gave Boris Johnson many attempts at being on the telly. So did I just see the word J. Rodriguez there and Chester? All of them are idiots, no questions asked. There we go, Matty. That's the one. That's the nail and head. Boom. What do you think? They're all idiots. Good. Boris took one of them and hid in a fridge. I mean, that is still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I was like, how is that a thing? How did he think that was a good idea? And at that point, how did nobody go, do you know what? We can't, he can't be in charge. Like, he can't be in charge. This person is stupid. So I was hiding this fridge. No one's gonna notice me around here. Okay, so how do we look now? How do we look now that we've got players in? Okay, we've got a goalkeeper. So Brandon Hall, we signed him about 3 months ago, and he's happy now. He's here. He's having a great time. Where's I think our left back's possibly in the reserves. There he is, Lewis Lacey. Get yourself up into the first team, pal. You don't look, it doesn't look that good really, but we could play Scott Barrow there if needs be. Okay, and then Lewis Lacey can play there if needs be. I think at this moment in time we play Barrow for now. Lacey was kind of my second choice left back, actually. He wasn't the first choice. In fact, actually, Myers Smith was probably an option for left back as well. Or Headley. Maybe. Maybe we put Headley there. Let's put Barrow there for now, actually. Centre back is Adewini and Butler. Lees is going to go in the on the bench. Montiero, let's remove you actually because you're not going to be part of the squad really. Thomas Tonks needs to come in. Does Tonks now go DM there? Probably. Do we put Fenton John there? In fact, you know, we've changed it, haven't we? That's right. Tonks is now on the bench, and so is Hatfield, sorry. There we go, we've changed things around. Pele on the bench. Cedric Main's still technically got a contract. Madison. Right, how does that look now? How does that look now then? June Whitfield. What do we think? If we're going to be looking as a... if we're going to look to play a diamond, does that look like it's going to work? Not sure Cantral needs to be a wide mid. Oh, he can be a wide centre midfielder. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Out of possession, we're going to drop down like that so we go more boxy, I think. Smith and John in the right place. We swap that like that. Yeah. So that sort of feels like it could work like that. Where are we expecting to finish in the season? Let's see, shall we? Season preview has us ranked at, drumroll, 13th. Okay, 13th. So, if anything, I think that's fine. What was our problem areas? Our problem areas was defence and midfield. We bought a new midfield. I still think we need a left back, really. Fullbacks aren't great, but it's a slow build, isn't it? And a goalkeeper. We needed a goalkeeper. We've got a goalkeeper now. So, I mean, Adewemi, for example, he was improving at the end of the season. We can obviously bring him back in as well. Get him beefed up a bit. We can put Lees in if needs be. For now, I think that's pretty decent. I sort of feel like I want to get to a friendly, but I'm also thinking we've done pretty well to get the team put together. Job's not playing much at Dortmund. Get him in. That's a point, actually. Yeah, get him. I hope they have pace, good pace and stamina, wing backs for that tactic. Well, they don't. That's the problem. But we also don't have any wide players, so we have no real choice at this point. But do you know what? Let's have a look and see what we look like against Alloa. While the World Cup's still ongoing as well. Where are they? They're still in the second round. Yeah. Let's see what we've got. Because again, we're still going route one. Maybe we can retain possession. I think now we've got some better players on the ball. We maybe don't have to go route one anymore. Direct counter-attack feels better, doesn't it? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go control possession, actually. With a positive mentality. Balanced mentality, maybe. Shorter, lower. Let's play narrow. play for set pieces as well. We want to counter-attack when we get the ball. There we go, progressing through the middle. Work the ball in the box. Pass and reception, play at feet, don't we, really? Yeah. Let's decide where we're going to play the ball to centre backs. Yeah. Get players on the outside. Actually, we're going to force them inside, don't we? Where we've got more players there, don't we? Right. Okay, let's have a look at that then, shall we? That feels like we could possibly... Well, that seems to make sense to me. Given the players we've got, given the sorts of players we haven't got. Let's see what this looks like, shall we? Let's also save it as Darlow Diamond. Okay, so Smith's going to be the guy in the middle who picks up. He's taking the playmaking role. Fenton's just behind the strikers. He could maybe drop in if needs be. Lundy is going to be breaking the play up, using that big head of his. Cantrell's going to be doing a bit of the dirty work in the midfield as well. And then, yeah, Jesse and Maskell up top. Didn't Darlow Diamond play Screeches Saved by the Bell? Oh, we're not allowed to talk about him. He's been cancelled, hasn't he? So, right, Darlow versus Alloa then. Let's see what this tactic looks like, shall we? Didn't he pass away rather than being cancelled? Did he? I mean, that is the ultimate cancellation, isn't it, Lama? I didn't realise that. Oh, Butler with a header. A big centre-back winning a header on the halfway line. Will Smith can't quite direct it towards goal. You can aim a slap at Chris Rock, but he can't aim a shot to the near post. He died. Oh, there you go. That, well, okay. It's very rare that I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? So, shots 5, on target none, possession 60%, XG 0.2. Defensively, we're okay. So their goalkeeper's trying to kick short, so we want to press more, don't we, really, then? Where's Force the goalkeeper? That's what we got. It's already on. Barrow. Nelson goes for it. Cantrell inside. Oh, little flick. Fenton. Nelson. Maskell. That's what we wanted to see. A little bit of a jig from Maskell as well. This is a lovely goal. Cantrell. Look at that back heel from Fenton. Nelson with the ball. Straight through. Maskell, I've got this one. Don't worry, lads. Tuck it in the bottom corner. Is anyone else a little bit surprised when we saw a back heel actually work? It was just like, okay, this is not what we had last season, is it? And I know it's only in pre-season, but we didn't see anything like that. Let's roll them straight out. Same 11. I want to see everyone out there again. Then we'll put some of the youngsters on as we go. Now, obviously, the thing is with FM26, what we've worked out is that just because the tactic works in one match doesn't mean it's going to continue to work again in the next match. And we are going to end up turning the computer off tonight, and that's never a good thing either, is it? Again, that's when bad things happen. Barrow's tiring. Let's bring on Lacey. He can have a run out. Headley can go right back. Adwenny can go on centre back. Let's give Nelson a rest for Jack Mortimer. Dale Ewan can go on. And Tambe. Stick Tonks on as well, actually. Make quite a few changes. Lacey. Go on, Lacey. Just about gets around there, doesn't he? Oh, Ewan with the header. "21 shots, 5 on target." I mean, it's okay. We maybe need to do a little bit better with chance creation. Certainly getting them on target. Smith gives the ball away. Where's Headley? Pops it in. Cantrell nodded away. Dustin Dime was in Celebrity Big Brother, and Denise Van Outen was once a celebrity hijacker on Big Brother, and she got to control the contestants. Coincidence? Hang on. Is that a thing? Probably shooting from Narnia again. Yeah, probably. Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Right, there we go. 1-0 win. Hey, there was a lot to like there, wasn't there? Perfect. Okay. The transfer window has definitely started to do something. We might have a football team. I am still concerned about our left back. So we might still have to go and try and buy a left back. But that midfield looks better. That midfield already looks better. Even after one match, that midfield is better than it was. So I feel better. I feel more confident now. I feel more confident. Monday we'll be back. We'll do a little bit more. Hopefully we'll get into the league. We've got plenty of friendlies. Then of course the league starts. Away to Peterborough Sports. So let's do it. Let's do it. The Darlow Diamond. We're starting to dust them up. Right. It's going to be great. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Genuinely enjoyed it. I hope you've had some fun. It's been a nice chilled Saturday. And yeah, I think that team looks all right. I think we're going to start to do something now. Yeah. let's go and say hello to Huckleberry Finn. Big fan of his work. Give him some love. And yeah, enjoy tomorrow. Have a great Sunday. See you all on Monday, everyone. And these are all getting cut down for YouTube as well, by the way. So if you enjoyed it, check out the YouTube channel as well. All the best. See you soon. Take care. Bye now.